Okay, my lovely friends, here we go. Sit back and relax because the shit show, well, it just gets more insane every freaking day. So it's Wednesday, December 28th, 2022. This is what they're trying to do yet again to you and me, and it's becoming to the point of absolute total ridiculousness. Turn on Fox Business, Bloomberg, CNBC. They're all getting the same script again, people. They're all getting the same script. What am I talking about? Peaking inflation. Peaking inflation. It's peaking again. It's peaking again. People, where's the accountability here? Will someone out here who's smarter than Greg Mannarino let me in on the big secret that I guess I don't know? We have heard the same false narrative for I don't know how long now. I mean, over and over and it's peaking. Inflation is peaking. It's coming down. It's looking fantastic. Make it up. Make this stuff up. Let me ask you this, seriously. Why is it, in your opinion, and I really do want to hear from you, so please comment. Why is it that there is absolute zero accountability for not just the freaks that run the Federal Reserve? You remember transitory, temporary, this was out of the Federal Reserve. Then we had, Janet Yellen, the other it thing, whatever, yet to be defined entity that is. She was on the bandwagon too. Oh, it's temporary, or it's transitory. And then we got the media outlets. Again, there used to be a time in this country where people were held to account with a public trust for the media. Could you believe that it existed at one point? Now we got nothing. Now we get lies, distractions, deceptions, propaganda to the highest order. Look, you know this and I know this. In no way is inflation peaking. Again, this must be the 10th time that they're pushing that narrative. It's peaking. It's peaking. It's peaking. Anyway, look, it sets me off, and I think you are all well aware of that. Anyway, I was just writing a few things down today. With regard to this debt market issue, people, I don't know another way to put it, and if you follow this blog, you are very keenly aware of the danger that exists here. And what is going on right now, the situation here is, well, it couldn't be more dire. We have a global debt issue that is the greatest threat to humankind, period. Once this debt time bomb goes off, and it's going to, okay, it's going to change the financial landscape of the entire world. Things are going to change like you have no idea. The way of life that you believe is real right now, well, that's not going to exist anymore. And the mechanism behind this, central banks with the propaganda and the deceptions and the lies and distractions are going to continue to inflate as they buy it all, creating slaves from sea to shining sea and around the freaking world to the system. Why do you think? I mean, honestly, I covered this yesterday and I heard from some of you already. Why do you think, for example, we're getting these ninja loans now for houses again? No income, no assets, no nothing. You can get a house here. Echoes of the last meltdown. Why do you think for a nanosecond you have people not even requesting increases on their credit? They're getting increases on their credit. In other words, here's more debt for you. Why don't you spend this? We're going to increase your credit line. How about don't even ask for an increase on your credit line, but we're going to give it to you anyway. This is what they're doing. Okay, so it's an amazing set of dynamics that are in play, and it is another thing you and I need to consider. When I sit back here and I try to look at the situation here, it's constantly changing. You all know that. And that's what makes this job so challenging, is now we have another set of rules in place. That is, people are getting increases on their credit lines here without even asking. Banks want people to spend more money that they don't even have, with the savings rate negative, real earnings in the toilet bowl, personal debt, household debt, consumer debt continuing to skyrocket. It's not going to stop. So now we have these ninja loans to get more people trapped into this current situation here, and now we have people getting increases in their available credit, not even asking for it. And what are these people going to do? As usual, these financial institutions are counting on the fact that people are going to be irresponsible. What they're going to do is they're going to go out and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe and swipe, getting themselves buried in debt beyond their wildest imaginations. People already have a negative net worth to them for the most part here. And now they're going to become more slaves to the system. That's what they're trying to do, create slaves to the system. You all know that. And look at the mechanism. You think I make this stuff up? I've been telling you this, I don't know, for a decade. Slaves to the system. And now you can see how they're doing it. Ninja loans, increasing people's credit limits without even asking, just doing, hey, here's some more credit for you. And it's just so sick to see this going on here. And it all plays into what you and I already know. The situation here is not going to improve in any way, shape, or form, nor is the accountability by anybody. But what you will see, of course, is expanding of wars, more cash for wars, more reasons to pull cash into the now. They're going to make things up coming down the line. 2023, forget about it. I believe we're going to see things you can't even possibly imagine that are going to be thrown at the people to keep the debt-based economic model going. You know that. It can't stop. People have no idea. I mean, if you're new here, maybe you have no idea either. That is the system. It's a debt-based model. It must continually be fueled. Henceforth, why yet again, people? I mean, here's another big clue for you. Why we have to have these stopgap measures to fund the government. We can't have a budget. We can't even have a budget. Because why? Well, because the system demands that debt be pulled into the now. Why we get a $1.7 trillion spending spree by Congress here and their big smiling, smug, twisted faces here, because they know all of that's going on your back. All these people, they're multimillionaires, okay? Multimillionaires. How many of you are multimillionaires? Probably not too many of you. Anyway, that's where we're at. Now, let's just go look over here at this freaking market. As I said, real quick, there is a clear and present danger lurking here. And it seems to me like that fuse is burning faster and brighter. That is this debt market time bomb. I've been warning about this before anybody else here. We're clearly seeing signs of instability here in the debt market. Global bonds selling off. Not anything dramatic. It's kind of a slow burn right now. It's like it's creeping to the point of where this whole thing is going to melt down. And I call that the moment of maximum saturation. Where is the moment of maximum saturation? Look, these central banks, they are the most crafty, devious, wicked, hideous, horrible, twisted things that have ever been existed or created on the face of the earth. And they're very creative here. They already know. Look, there's think tanks over there. They know exactly what they're doing, how it's going to work here. And they're allowing right now global bonds to rise in a slow, controlled manner. Until they're not. You understand? They're going to do this until they're ready to pull the plug. And that moment is quickly approaching, but there's not enough slaves to the system yet, okay? They must create dependency on the system. Dependency on the current system. Once they get enough people on there, and it is not enough, in my opinion, that's when they pull the plug. This whole thing melts down. They say, hey, we got a solution for you. Oh, yeah. After people who are dependent on the system beg for a solution, then they're going to get it. And that's going to be a royal screwing deep in the heart of the gabagool for all of us. And I think that's pretty evident. At least I hope you understand what's going on. So on the back of that, this issue with the debt market, MMRI around 250. We know where the red line in the sand is, people. It's 300. It's 300. We're about 50 points away from that red line in the sand. Let's see what they pull off. We know what they did last time. Let's see what they do this time. We got stock futures right now slightly higher. Okay, we'll see how that plays out. You got crude oil under a little pressure right now. Gold and silver under a little pressure right now. You got cryptos under pressure right now. You got the US dollar relative strength relatively flat. So I'm not going to say that the setup for the market is good today at all. And I believe, look, I'm not the only one, and neither are you, that are sitting here watching the action here in the debt market, which is the key. It's the key to this entire freak show. I've handed all of you the keys to the freak show, and that is giving you a clear understanding of how the debt market is the driver. It's the driver of this entire thing, along with the currency, or the U.S. dollar more specifically here, as the U.S. dollar still remains the world reserve currency, and it is a unit of debt. You got this down, people, and we're taking action. We're betting against the debt, becoming our own central banks, holding hard assets, looking at commodity ETFs. You know, a lot of you have asked me to repost my article that I wrote and put on my free newsletter. I will do that the moment I finish this, okay? I don't know why you can't find it. Some of you, if you're new to the newsletter, you should still have access to it. So if you want to see the list of exchange traded funds that I posted recently, there's 5 of them on there that you want to look at. I will repost that. So if you have not yet subscribed to my free newsletter, here's your chance. Link in the description of this video, and you'll get this in your inbox, okay? All right, people, look, I think you and I are understanding what's going on here. You know, look, with regard to accountability of the Federal Reserve, or, you know, especially the Federal Reserve, I'll never forget what the creature from hell, Mary Daly, said recently, that in order for inflation to come down, think about what I'm about to tell you, people need to lose their jobs. Okay? I say, let's start with it first. And then let's go through the rest of this freak show of the Federal Reserve. We don't need this organization, people. Why do you think we need a central bank? If you believe in central banks, and I don't think there's a single one of you that followed this blog that believe that we need the central banks. Well, if you have a contrary opinion to mine, let me know. Why do you think we need to have a private entity running the global financial system? Because that's exactly what's going on here. It's such a freak show. It really is. And let me ask you, while we're on that topic, do you think that they have your interest in mind or theirs? I want you to ponder that one too. All right? This guy here loves you a lot. Please comment. Please share the video. And subscribe to my free newsletter, because the nanosecond I finish this video, I'm going to shoot out that ETF list in my free newsletter. So here's your chance to get it again. All right? Pay attention to these things, people, because this guy got your back. I got your back. But we're in this together, and I know you have my back as well. All right? Love you a lot. See you later.